Okay everybody, welcome to today's reading all about your spirit animal. So this is about your current spirit animal. Your spirit animal can change, depending on what you're going through and what you need most at that time in your life. So we'll be finding out if this is a permanent or temporary spirit animal, why they're in your life, what they're here for, and what they want you to know. So this is a pick-a-pile reading, and if you don't know how pick-a-pile readings work, you choose a pile based on which pile you feel most intuitively drawn to, either based on the energy, the number of the pile, or the crystal on top. So this is pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you do like to pick your pile with crystals, I will be putting those on now. So for pile 1, we have a fluorite penguin crystal. For pile 2, we have a fluorite crab crystal. For pile 3, we have a spider fluorite crystal. And for pile 4, we have a crocodile fluorite crystal. Once you have chosen your pile, please go down in the description box below where there will be a timestamp to your reading, and I will see you there. Okay, so welcome pile 1. If you chose the purple fluorite penguin crystal, then this is your reading. And these cards should reveal more about your spirit animal at the minute. Okay, so your spirit animal could be a crow or a ram or a penguin. So if you've been seeing a lot of imagery to do with crows or rams or anything like that, then that could be your spirit animal communicating with you. With the ram, you have determination. And then over here, you also have the Seven of Swords. So this spirit animal is in your life at the minute to help you become a better leader and to strive for what you want with a lot more action and force and determination and integrity. It's supposed to give you the strength and confidence to chase after your dreams at the minute. That is why you currently have this spirit animal, because you currently feel very trapped and stuck in your situation, just in life in general. It could be any situation to do with any kind of topics. It could be work, it could be a relationship, it could be not feeling like you're on your right path and you're kind of stuck because of that, and you're feeling really trapped. But the ram is here to remind you that you are a crow, you have wings, you can easily fly away out of this situation. You just have to have the determination to do so. Okay, so let's get into in what ways your spirit animal is actually communicating with you, what signs to look out for. They might communicate to you through numbers, so the numbers that come up in these cards might be relevant. So you have 2 crystal cards. You have the blue fluorite, which has the number 2, and you also have rainbow moonstone, which has the numbers 7 and 7. So these numbers could be relevant, and they may turn up when your spirit animal is actually trying to communicate that you need to take action. And you have, I am focused, clear and serene, and I am balanced and in tune with my emotions. So they're really trying to help you stay grounded and be very harmonious, balanced, and stay focused on what you really want and not get caught up in the emotions. Don't be pinned down by any kind of emotions you have regarding your circumstances and your current situation. You are really being urged by the spirit guide to work on your communication and your inner peace and just your clarity, and to speak up more, to speak up and go after what you want, and to start using your throat chakra. It's also asking you, as with most spirit animals, to actually get a lot more in tune with your inner voice and your intuition and your third eye and crown chakra, so that they can actually communicate better with you and you can receive better messages to help you on your path. Let's see what message your spirit animal wants to convey about what they want you to do. So you have adventure. So your spirit animal is here to help you seek out more adventure. Maybe if you see crows around when you're out and about, you might be being asked to change course and let go on an adventure, or treat the journey that you're on as if it's an adventure. So for example, say you're en route to go grocery shopping, and you see a group of crows. It might be worth paying attention to them and seeing in what direction they go towards. Maybe they go towards a park that's next to the grocery store. This might be urging you to take a break from the sort of mundane tasks of life and go for a walk in the park, you know? And then in that walk, you might actually enjoy your journey and have like a fun adventure. So it's just asking you to pay attention to your surroundings and listen to the animals around you and kind of follow their lead. So if you see crows while you're out, that could be a sign that you need to go on an adventure that day because something's waiting for you and you don't want that opportunity to pass you by. And now let's see what else your spirit animal wants to tell you. So you have a Leaf of the Heart Barrage. I'm going to put that one here. So very strongly and clearly with this card here, your spirit animal is here to give you not only the courage to persevere and to go after what you want, but also it's giving you the emotional maturity and integrity. It's helping you find that emotional maturity and integrity to be able to calm yourself in moments of fierce kind of anger. The ram is very fiery. It's the symbol of Aries. It's the animal of Aries, which is a very like hot-headed, single-minded, single-focused kind of sign. So while they are encouraging you to be very focused and determined to persevere, they're also asking you to tame those very extreme emotions and kind of sit in the kind of dispassionate feelings, sit with a calmness that doesn't take over your mind. Because when your emotions kind of spiral and you act really rashly and passionately, it tends to muddy your interpretation of reality. And so you start to think you're trapped, you're stuck. That's how those emotions can make you feel when you feel them so often. But if you actually learn to quiet them, you can realize that you can persevere, you can actually escape this situation, and it can help you focus on the ways to actually escape your situation or any difficulties that you are going through. So this spirit animal is really here to help you through a transition period. And I wanted to see as well if this spirit animal is a permanent spirit animal or a temporary one. So I'm just going to pull one more tarot card before I move on to the next phase. So you have the King of Swords, which kind of indicates to me that this is a spirit animal that's here to support you until you reach this point in your life. So until you master your emotions, until you master your courage and your drive, this spirit animal is staying until that point. So this could be a temporary spirit animal, but it's temporary in terms of your progress. So if it takes you a really long time to progress to this point, it will be with you for the entirety of that time. But if it, only takes you a couple weeks, a couple months, it will only be here for that long as well. So this does have a temporary time with you. And now I also wanted to get into what this spirit animal would like you to focus on for the time ahead while it is with you. Okay, so you have self-belief, power, knowledge, and emotions. And then you also have a few more. So you have learn to appreciate the small stuff and not take anything for granted. And then you also have start each day on a positive note, set aside time in the morning to set intentions. This will help you start the day with a clear mind. So to help you get this kind of clear clarity, focus, your spirit guide is asking you to set intentions. Maybe like keep a journal, maybe have intentions for the day but also for the week, because I feel like maybe you should start off small and build up to daily intentions. Definitely don't overload yourself with too many. Definitely keep it maintainable and manageable initially and then increase from there. And you're also being asked to kind of reflect on the things that you actually like about your life, that you have, that you feel like is a gift, to help kind of resolve some of these trapped feelings. If you actually realize there are parts of your life that you really do enjoy and like, it can almost help to remove some of those swords that are kind of keeping you stuck. And then over here, this just succinctly sums up the entire reading. They are really trying to help you believe in yourself. Know that you have emotional control, emotional integrity, and maturity, to know that you have the knowledge and the power and the drive to actually come out of this situation as a renewed person, with a new kind of lease on life. Okay, so let's see if there's any other last messages with the Astro Dice. Okay, so firstly you have the Sun over here, and that's really interesting as well that you had Leo here, because this is also the symbol for Leo. So you've got the Sun, 2 Leos, and an Aries. So you are really being urged to focus on the pleasures of life, what you actually appreciate, what you actually enjoy, and investing time into that pursuit. And then you're also being asked to build your confidence. And I think through doing these things, by appreciating your life a lot more and figuring out what it is you actually enjoy doing and doing that in your leisure time, that's going to boost your confidence and your self-belief. And that's kind of what your spirit animal is trying to tell you. So I would definitely say for the time ahead, your spirit animal is a crow. It could also be like lions and rams, like symbols of like very fierce animals. So if you see any ram or lion imagery or any crow imagery, so for example, like if you're shopping around something and you see like a piece of jewelry that has like a lion symbol on it or a Leo symbol or a ram or something, these are all signs for you to start being more courageous and building your confidence and appreciating the things you like about your life. Okay, so that was your reading, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you were drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. However, if you were not drawn to any other piles, this is the end of your reading, and I hope to see you here next week for another one. Bye. Okay, hello pile 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the crab fluorite crystal here. So let's get into what your spirit animal could be. Oh, okay, straight away, the fact that you literally have an octopus here means this is probably a water animal. That is your spirit animal at the minute. So it could be a crab, definitely. It could also be an octopus. However, we do have the horse here. So it could also be a horse. So if you see any horse or water-based animal imagery going forward, that is likely your spirit animal trying to communicate to you and convey a message. You have modest fortitude here, and you also have the hermit. So this spirit animal is here to teach you to be a bit more humble. You are a very intelligent person. You are also a very, I would say, like, classically successful person, if that makes sense. So your spirit animal is really here to try and make sure that you don't essentially get too big-headed or egotistical. It's trying to rein you in and make sure that you stay humble so that you don't miss out on really important opportunities that will pass you by if you start acting very vain and kind of cocky, basically. So that's why your spirit animal is here. It's helping you to kind of retreat, go inward, learn some new skills, focus on yourself, focus on your hobbies, and kind of let things flock to you as opposed to you going for them. Okay, so let's get into how your spirit animal will be communicating with you. They might communicate through numbers, so if any numbers come up in these cards, then that could be relevant. Okay, interesting. So you have 3 crystal cards. So you have the Black Obsidian here. I open my mind to new possibilities and connections. You have Sagittarius, the number 1, and Scorpio. I really feel like that relates to the horse energy just quite strongly. You also have Amber with the number 3 and 11. So again, as I said, they could communicate to you through numbers, particularly number 1. I accept divine guidance with Amber. And then you also have, I find wisdom and maturity through spiritual growth with number 3. So 3s and 1s are really relevant here for you. And this is Azurite as well. So this is interesting. So you've got Sagittarius twice. You've also got Aries here. You also have Scorpio, Leo, Cancer, Pisces. This is exclusively water and fire energy. You're being asked to kind of temper the extremes of your life and become very balanced and not let the scales tip. So don't, let something get to your head. Don't let your ego get inflated. But at the same time, don't undervalue what you have and don't undersell yourself, You're asked to just be modestly humble, essentially. I think your spirit guide is here to kind of help you work on your empathy and your connections with people. They don't want you to change into a person that is not warm or welcoming or inviting and struggles to make those connections, because I feel like connecting with people particularly is a very important aspect of your life. It's something you're kind of supposed to do. It's really important for your time on this earth to connect with others, and so they're trying to make sure you're the best kind of most inviting person that you could possibly be. And so for that, you have to listen to divine guidance. You have to listen to your spirit animal. As with all spirit animals, they ask that you kind of become a bit more open to your intuition, your inner voice, third eye and crown, because they want you to be able to communicate better with them, essentially. And they will, convey messages in things like dreams, your intuition, your inner voice, things like that. You're also being asked to work on your throat chakra and your root chakra, which I feel like you're being asked to rein it in a bit. Maybe you're a bit forthright with your opinion, and potentially you feel like your opinion is the most important one in the room. I'm getting like a lot of kind of strong energy that you, in kind of taking over the conversation and taking control, you might be suppressing other people's voices. And so it's really important to kind of share the mic, share the talking stick, wait your turn, make sure other people get a chance. And that can actually help with your connections as well, because you are almost creating a space for people by specifically occupying it for them, like by designating this space to speak for them. When you recognize that maybe you've been taking over the conversation, you can pause and then, invite somebody else to speak and actually make a space for them. And that's kind of what I feel like your spirit animal is here to teach you. It's kind of people intelligence. Okay, and I wanted to see what your spirit animal wants you to do right now. Like, how do they want you to spend your time? And you have the card message. They definitely want you to communicate with people and influence their lives in a way that is not self-serving. It's in a way that helps others. You have important wisdom to bestow on people. I do feel like a very intelligent energy from this group, and so I feel like you do have sage advice. You do have like a great ability to help people. It's just about whether or not someone has asked for that advice, or if you're just offering it when no one had actually asked for it and kind of putting people on the spot. So your spirit guides are really asking for you to pay attention to people, communicate better, actually listen to what they're saying, and then respond with really wise advice that you'll know what it is, because you'll feel that intuitively. Then I also wanted to see if they had any other messages for you. So you have Disquiet the Myth with Mandrake. Oh my god, that's so cute. Okay, so like, like mandrakes are like, they're like the screaming plant. That's kind of like what we got from a lot of like movie imagery. So it's about you I'm not trying to be rude. It's not that there's anything wrong with talking that much. It's just that your spirit guide wants you to be quiet. It's not me telling you this. It's your spirit guide telling you, or your spirit animal. Hello, Bubby. Hello. There's a little black cat here. So maybe your spirit animal is a black cat as well. Maybe if you have a pet cat, when they walk into the room, that's your cue to, listen to this advice. But it's basically letting you know you don't need to take up all of the space in a conversation. You need to allow other people room to kind of breathe and talk and get out their feelings and thoughts. And that way you can actually have like a really sort of like deep conversation, and that helps to build your connection with people. I also wanted to see if this is a temporary or permanent spirit guide. Okay, you have the 9 of Wands here. So with this card, because it's about motivating you through like the final stretch of a situation, I feel like this spirit animal is temporarily in your life just to teach you this life lesson, and once you've really mastered it, it will flit out. But I do feel like you are someone who has a tendency to potentially slip back into this energy if your spirit animal strays for too long. So I feel like they might return back and forth into your life at times when you need it to. So you might start seeing a lot of like ocean animal imagery around times where you really need to remember this advice. I feel like while they are temporary, they aren't just going to come into your life just once. They're going to come in quite a few times. And then I also wanted to see what your spirit animal would like you to be doing with your time. How would they like you to spend your time at the minute? So you have growth, heightening and improvement. You have I listen to my body and give it what it needs. And you also have try to laugh every day. Laughing releases endorphins and brings more oxygen and energy into your life. So I feel like with this card, it's letting you know not to take this advice too seriously. Don't let it weigh you down. It doesn't mean you can't speak and you can't share your opinions. It just means to remember to share that space. But this is also a reminder that by listening to people and actually having a conversation with them, they have like really funny things to say, and they can improve your life by making you laugh and like helping you release these endorphins and just make you happier if you actually stay present in a conversation and try to focus on that person. And then with I listen to my body and give it what it needs, again, I feel like I'm returning back to this horse energy here. You're being asked to kind of make sure you stay healthy at the minute and keep on track with what you're doing. You're a very successful kind of person in the classical sense, so I do feel like you won't have an issue with this. I feel like that's what you're used to. And then with growth and heightening improvement, that just succinctly sums up the whole kind of reading, because your spirit guide is here to help you grow in that way, and it's helping you to improve your communication skills, your people skills, and become a more intelligent person, because intelligence is also about your connection, your ability to connect with people, and your ability to empathize with them. That's just as important as anything else. So that's one side of the coin of intelligence. So without that, you would be lacking quite a bit. So it's really important for you to have that in order to be the best, absolute best version of yourself. Okay, and let's use the Astro dice to see if there's any other messages your spirit guide would like to convey. Again, with the number 3, I feel like they definitely communicate to you through numbers. So for example, if you're like on your phone and you see the number 3 pop up a few times, like if you see it's like 1333 or like 1323 or whatever, that could be really significant. It could be your spirit guide telling you, okay, now's the time to build those connections, to let people speak, to listen to them, to provide really great advice. And that's kind of your spirit guide talking to you there. So you also have here Virgo, which is all about kind of 6th house energy. So it's about staying healthy, staying active, staying kind of analytical as well. and staying organized. So you are being asked to keep up with the kind of success that your life is kind of, the trajectory of your life at the minute, the path you're on. You're being asked to continue with this idealistic lifestyle. You also have, with the number 3, this is the 3rd house energy, and the 3rd house is all about communication, which definitely explains why the number 3 keeps coming up in your readings. You are being asked to focus on your communication, and that's ruled by like Gemini and Mercury, so it's kind of that energy. So it's about, you know, the way you speak to people, it's about the messages you convey, it's about the things you think and your kind of thought processes. It's about making sure the environment you live in is peaceful and you're respecting everyone in your house, in your life, essentially. So you also have Saturn here, which is all about your discipline, like your responsibilities, ambitions, things like that. Kind of your limitations, restrictions, your karma. So essentially, if you want good karma, you have to put good things out there. And you also have to maintain this kind of disciplined, healthy lifestyle that you have. You're being asked very heavily to be a bit more organized about your life, or continue with the organization that you currently have, because that will help you to just have like a clear mind and clarity. Okay, pile 2, that was your reading all about your current spirit guide. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. Otherwise, this is the end of your reading, and I hope to see you here next Friday for another one. Bye. Okay, hello pile 3, welcome to your reading all about your current spirit animal. So you chose the spider fluorite crystal, which is just so cute. I don't know why, but it's actually like quite cute. Okay. So let's get into your cards. So you have the 3 of Wands, and then you also have the opossum and peony with bashfulness. Okay, interesting. So I'm getting like woodlandsy vibes. It's really interesting because the first pile had like fire energy, the second pile had water energy, and this is very much earth energy. So who knows, there might be air energy in the next one. But for now, this is definitely like the earthy pile. So your spirit animal could definitely be an opossum. It could also be a spider. Any kind of woodlandsy creature like squirrels and things like that could definitely be your spirit animal at the minute. So your spirit guide is kind of here to teach you to stand on your own 2 feet. I think you may have been or may currently be quite a fearful person who struggles to kind of come out of their shell, maybe a bit shy, maybe a bit introverted, maybe not ready to chase after your dreams. But your spirit guide is here to help you once you have passed through this kind of period of realizing what you want and recognizing that you need to kind of get rid of this fearful energy. Your spirit guide is actually here to help you actively start trying to achieve your creative pursuits and dreams. And I wanted to get into how your spirit animal is going to communicate with you. So they might communicate through numbers. So if there's any important numbers that come up, then this will be for you. Okay, so you have 2 cards. This card I do believe came up in pile 1, so there could be messages over there for you, but it says I am balanced and in tune with my emotions, and you have 2 7s here with rainbow moonstone. So they could talk to you through the number 7 or through the number 2 with rainbow fluorite. 2 rainbows, that's so cute. Okay, I feel like this is a really special connection, a very rare, like unique connection between you and your spirit animal. It's actually really cute. You may have known this animal actually personally in your real life. They could have been previously like a pet or something, and now it's kind of like a spirit animal helping you through life, if that makes sense. But this one says, my connection to my higher self keeps me calm and focused. So I definitely feel like your spirit animal is here to help you manifest what you want, especially with the 3 of Wands here. They're here to help you kind of keep grounded, because this kind of like static energy, the fearful energy is like not grounded. That's very chaotic and sort of up in the air, very anxious energy. But they're here to kind of help you stay grounded so that you can manifest what you want and stay present. And then that can also help to increase your intuition. You're being asked to tune into your intuition, spiritual guidance, the high vibrations, and kind of open up that third eye and crown chakra so that your spirit guide can better communicate with you. So that is something most spirit guides, especially spirit animals, will like ask of you to do, is to open up your third eye and your crown. So that essentially means listening to your intuition, listening to your inner voice, paying attention to the messages in your dreams, paying attention to the symbols around you, like certain numbers that might come up routinely in your life, or certain kind of animals that might come up in your life. So you might see like a lot of woodland creatures at the time when your spirit guide is trying to communicate with you. They're trying to convey, like, now is the time to get creative and focus on manifesting and putting into action what you want. Okay, so let's see what your spirit guide is asking you to do, what it wants you to, how it wants you to spend your time basically at the minute. Oh, okay, cute. So you're being asked to spend most of your time at home. So I feel like whatever this manifestation is that you want to happen, it's not something that necessarily requires a lot of travel. Maybe you have a really nice view of like the woods or a green park from your house, so that can actually really inspire you to pursue whatever this is. I feel like whatever your kind of dreams or ambition is, it might be more creative but also more like domestic, if that makes sense. So you might be able to do it from home. So it might be that you are a painter or a drawer, or maybe you create books or you create something online. It's definitely something you can do from home. So you're being asked to stay at home while you work on this grounded energy, while you kind of recover from this fearful energy and start to embrace a new sense of bravery and ambition. You're being asked to sort of nurture yourself and take care of yourself and have like a good self-care routine essentially. And that's what your spirit guide wants you to, or your spirit animal wants you to focus on for now. Okay, and then I also wanted to see if there were any other messages your spirit guide wants to convey. So you have errant repose with henbane. So this is a reminder to rest, recuperate, stay at home, but it's also a reminder to have a mix of both of those energies. So I think what your spirit guide is trying to convey is that sort of this unweary mind that you have where you're really afraid to chase after your dreams is almost a key ingredient to the potion that makes you get up and chase your dreams. Because with that fear, you're worried you'll never like achieve this thing, you're worried it won't be good, you're worried you won't make it, and all of that kind of stress and panic and anxiety has kind of built up to make you hit a really restless point where you're like, I don't want to feel this way anymore. The only way to resolve that is to move through it. I can't move around it, I can't move over it, I have to move through this energy. And the way you do that is by actually doing the thing. This is a reminder that while rest, grounding, becoming more determined, and taking action is one half of the ingredients for this potion, it's one half of this coin. The other side is that your shyness, your fear and reservedness was just as important as your action to make this coin hold for the other side of this coin. So in order to kind of encourage you to go after what you want, this was important. It was important to have these feelings and have this kind of like this fear of what you could actually accomplish. So your spirit animal is being very like, it's trying to nurture you, it's trying to take care of you, it's trying to let you know like, don't beat yourself up about being fearful and being like a worrisome person, because that was a part of the key to your success. So you're being asked to be patient and kind to yourself by your spirit animal, because that's how your spirit animal sees you as well. And let's see whether or not this is a permanent or temporary spirit animal. This is a permanent spirit animal. This is not a temporary one. Because we have this figure 8 here and the 2 pentacles, I do feel like this spirit animal has been with you and will be with you and will continue to be with you for the rest of your journey. They're always here to catch you if you fall, help you build back up away from this emotion, but also to make sure that you respect and honor every previous version of yourself without shame and without judgment. Okay, and then I just wanted to, before we move on to the Astro dice, I wanted to see what your spirit animal wants you to do right now, how it wants you to spend your time. Oh, please, why did it drop on the floor? So you actually got a few cards here. So you have focus on just one task at a time and immerse yourself in it. When you're done, enjoy a small break and then tackle the next task. You're definitely being asked to take your time and be patient with yourself for sure. Create a playlist for all your moods. Music can be uplifting and help you to unwind. It can also trigger emotional responses and release memories. You also have creativity, imagination, innovation, and vision. And you also have gratitude, thankful, appreciation, and kind. Yeah, you're being asked to be really considerate and caring and kind and respectful of every previous version of yourself. Don't harbor resentment because you were too fearful to tackle this kind of creative endeavor. And maybe you've put it off for a really long time. Maybe you've put it off for years and you kind of resent yourself for doing that. Your spirit animal is telling you to not resent yourself for that, to be really kind and appreciate that version of yourself, because without that fear, you wouldn't have felt motivated to make a change. So it was actually really important that you kind of recuperated in that time. You're also being told that if you have these kind of really fearful emotions or self-doubt or anxiety, your spirit guide is saying, literally create a musical playlist. Make a really uplifting, upbeat, motivational kind of playlist that makes you want to get up and do stuff and not worry anymore and feel a lot less anxious. So no anxiety inducing music. And again, be patient with yourself. To tackle this creative endeavor, start it bit by bit and remember to reward yourself in between and give yourself breaks, because rushing through it and steamrolling ahead just will cause you to burn out. So for example, let's say it's a book that you want to write. This won't be the case for all of you. This is just an example. But say there's a book you want to write. It's letting write 300 words and then take a break, reward yourself, commend yourself, make a tea, go for a walk around the garden or something if you have one, or go on the balcony or go outside, and then come back, sit down, and do another 300 words. Take it really bit by bit, step by step, maybe even 300 words a day. Nothing too strenuous. So basically be patient with yourself, and you remember that your spirit animal is here to protect you and take care of you the whole way through. Okay, let's see if they have any other messages through the Astro dice. Okay, so you have Pisces here. So you are being asked to work through those kind of strong emotions that are keeping you stuck or sad. You also have the North Node of the Moon. And then you also have the 9th house. That's the North Node, right? Hold up. Yeah, that's the North Node. So with the North Node, this is your karma. This is your destiny, your journey. This creative project is something you were supposed to